G'day, I'm Mike from Red20RC, and they say sharing is caring. So as I was lying in bed last night not sleeping, I had a thought, and that's I do a lot of stuff in this workshop and I've got a lot of things going on, and I thought it might be nice if I did a bit of a workshop series and told you about some of the things that I do and some of the things that I use. So welcome to the workshop series. So anybody who's involved in either fixed wing or multi-rotors has probably started amassing a load of tools. And yeah, there's some good ones, there's some bad ones, there's some that we feel we can't live without. So this first little video that I'm going to do is going to be my top 5 tools in the workshop. Some of these are ones that I've only just got myself and now I'm already wondering how I lived without them. But yeah, let's go through the top 5. Okay, so number 1, the soldering iron. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Everybody's going to need one if they want to get involved in this hobby, sport, industry, whatever you want to call it. But the important thing here is a good soldering iron. I have spent countless hundreds of dollars buying those all-in-one soldering pens. I've bought battery-powered ones, I've bought lithium-powered ones, I've bought all kinds of different ones, cheap ones from Bunnings, the lot. And they all blow up anywhere from 1 week to 3 months. So eventually I went out and I got myself a proper soldering station and I've never looked back. This one came from JCar here in Australia and cost me about $90. It's a Duratec model. It's got the separate control unit and the pen. And the beautiful thing is that these are so much nicer, they're so much lighter, they're so much easier to work with. You can get replacement tips for them easy enough, and it's a nice fine tip, so it's easy for little work on flight controllers and ESCs and things like that. It's got the variable temperature gauge. I must admit I'm terrible, I always just set it at the highest possible and leave it there. So yeah, decent soldering iron, definitely worth the money. So number 2, wire cutters. These ones came from Hobby King and I only got them about 3 days ago and already I don't know what I'd do without them. I've spent my entire modelling career using scissors, side cutters, a scalpel, my teeth, whatever to try and cut and strip wire. And these have revolutionised my life. So easy to use, they've got variable tension adjustment. They've got wire cutters, they've even got a little distance measurer so you can set the length of wire that you're going to strip. So easy to use, so quick. You can use them right up against, tight up against electronics. So snip and strip. Job done. Brilliant. Decent wire cutters. Get some. So number 3, and this is my absolute favourite at the moment, a crimping tool. I've always been annoyed at having to cable tie up servo wires inside multi-rotors when they're too long and having to solder in extra bits when they're too short. And I've tried doing it by hand and God, the mess you get into trying to put those tiny little connectors on servo wires. This came from Hobby King and is possibly the greatest thing since sliced bread. This is a crimping tool. This is a pin. It goes just in here. There's like, I'm not going to tell you how to use it today, but there's like a high side and a low side. And you put the longer bit in the high side and single click. Pass your wire in so that the heat shrink, the covering is just inside and done. One perfectly crimped wire. That is just beautiful. Next one up, number 4, a heat gun. God, I don't know what I do without a heat gun. Well, I do. I used the end of one of my dodgy soldering irons. I used a naked flame. I used a butane burner. I melted a lot of heat shrink, set fire to a lot of stuff. It was terrible. Heat gun, fantastic tool for doing anything in the workshop, particularly when it comes to electronics. And yeah, this is just so easy to use. We just slip our heat shrink on. Done. Perfect. Ready to go. So the last one, number 5, is a bit of a novelty item. And it's because a few people have asked me how I get the tape finish on foam bore models like the Nano Wing. Nice and straight, no wrinkles, no bubbles. Beautiful. Well, I shall tell you the secret. This is the secret, and I wouldn't be without it. It's a rubber pointed handyman trowel from the local hardware store, in this case Bunnings, and I use this for anything that involves putting tape or adhesive film onto a surface. Now I'm going to stand up so my head's going to disappear, and I'm going to try and give you a quick demonstration of how to use it. So, I'm standing up, I am still here but you'll just have to listen to my voice. Here we've got some cheap packing tape from Kmart. Here we've got a sheet of foam board. And what we do is we stretch out a bit of tape longer than the piece we're working on, chop it off, and what I do is stick it down to the work surface on the far side of the piece, get our trowel and smooth. Done. I'll tell you what, because that was so quick, I'll do a couple more pieces. Says getting stuck. So I'm doing it this way, it's all fixed down so you can get the overlaps as neat as possible. Done. And this is a really quick way of doing it, much quicker than trying to use your fingers or anything, or a credit card or something to smooth it down, because just one wipe and done. And once we're done, what we do, peel the piece up, turn it over, nice sharp scalpel blade, not sure if this one is actually, run it down the edges, and there you have it. Perfectly coated bit of foam board with this nice light coloured packing tape. So yeah, costs like $2 and it is brilliant for doing things like this. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll try and put some links to some of the gear in the notes so that you can take a look at the specs. But if there's anything that you use that you think you couldn't possibly do without, then let us know and maybe we'll take a look next time.